national level one-day FDP on new avenues and role of faculty in effective implementation of NEP in 2020 in higher education institutions. Education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting a national development. Providing universal access to quality education is the key to India's continued ascent and leadership of the global stage in terms of economic growth, social justice and equality, scientific advancement, national integration, and cultural preservation. Universal high quality education is the best way to forward for developing and maximizing our country's rich talent and resources for the good of individual, the society, the country and the world. India will have the highest population of young people in the world over the next decade, and our ability to provide high quality education opportunities to them will determine the future of our country. In this regard, ATME has organized this one-day national level FDP. To this program, everyone will be welcomed by our beloved principal, Dr. L. Basavaraj sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Very good morning to all of you. It is a great privilege for me to take part in this one-day FTP on NEP 2020. The National Education Policy 2020 is the first education policy of 21st century and aims to address the many growing developmental constraints of our country. This policy proposes the revision and revamping of all aspects of education structure, including its regulation and governance, to create a new system that is aligned with aspirational goals of 21st century education, while building upon India's traditions and value systems. The policy seeks to leverage the huge potential of online pedagogy and learning methodologies for increasing gross enrollment in higher education. The policy also seeks to establish a super regulator for education which will be responsible for standards settings, funding, accreditation, and regulation of higher education in India. National Education Policy 2020 envisions an India-centric education system that contributes directly to transforming our nation sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high-quality education to all. In this regard, our institute has taken an initiative to organize one-day FDP in association with IQAC and IIC to update our faculty members about NEP 2020 by eminent speakers as resource persons. I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Karishidappa Sir, to this program. He is an humble teacher, able administrator, and having vast knowledge about NEP 2020. We are lucky to have Dr. Karishidappa Sir, Vice Chancellor VTU Belagavi, as a keynote speaker for this today's event. On behalf of ATME family and on my own behalf, I welcome you, sir. I welcome our beloved chairman, Shri L. Arun Kumar, who is having a lot of inclination towards implementation of NEP 2020 for the welfare of society. On behalf of ATME family and on my own behalf, I welcome you, sir. For the successful execution of FDP, we have a resource persons. Professor T.V. Kattimani, member NEP Draft Committee, Vice Chancellor, Central Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh. On behalf of ATME family and on my own behalf, I welcome you, sir. We have one more resource person, Dr. M.S. Govindegoda, Dean Academic, ATME College of Engineering, Mysore. On behalf of ATME family and on my own behalf, I welcome you, sir. I welcome Deans, HODs, staff of various departments, I also welcome all the participants of our institute and participants from various institutes for this one-day FDP on NEP 2020. I hope this event will be an educating experience about NEP 2020. With these few words, once again I welcome all the dignitaries, resource persons, participants, and wishing the program a grand success. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
On
madam.
behalf of organizing committee, a warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
The Union Cabinet in July 2020 approved the new education policy NEP, which aims at universalization of education from preschool to secondary level. So now I request our Honorable Chairman, Shri R. Arun Kumar sir, to inaugurate this FDP. Now I request our Honorable Chairman sir, Shri L. Arun Kumar sir, to inaugurate the event.
So I'm not getting that screen. No? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. You are visible also, sir.
But where is that screen which I have to inaugurate? I'm not getting that screen.
Sir, I sent it by mail and as well as WhatsApp.
Okay, right. Anyway, since I'm not getting that screen, see, I hereby declare that this FDP is inaugurated. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir. So, orderly, our chairman, Honorable Chairman Arun Kumar sir, has inaugurated the FDP. Now, I request sir to render inaugural address.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Today's FDP's keynote speaker, Dr. Karisiddappa, Vice Chancellor, Vishwesharaya Technological University, Resource Person, Dr. Kattimani, Vice Chancellor, Tribal University, Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Basuraju, Principal, ATME College of Engineering, various Deans and Heads of Department of ATME College of Engineering, and my dear faculty members. Year 2020 undoubtedly is one of the worst years in our modern history. COVID-19 pandemic has created havoc all over the world, and the entire world has come to standstill for more than 3 months. Even now, the world is struggling to come back to the normal. It has significantly disrupted all our normal life. Amid all the negativity surrounding us in 2020, the announcement of National Education Policy 2020 is a positive and pleasant news to all of us who are connected with this education sector. And it was a welcoming change. National Education Policy 2020 has yet again highlighted the importance of education in nation building. The last National Education Policy was framed in 1986. And later on it was slightly modified in the year 1992. With over 3 decades of formation, the policy has not been modified till recently. During this last 3 decades, the world has witnessed the emergence of indefinite numbers of technologies. Revolutionary alterations have taken place in the world's political and economical scenario. Some of the major barriers like gender, caste, class, culture, demographic distance have been breached. In India, economic reforms of 1993 stimulated demand for knowledge and specialized skills. Unfortunately, during this period, no comprehensive national vision document could be framed to address the overall system deficiencies, slowing down the momentum of an aspirational India. As it is said, for all good things, it is better late than never. Now we have this National Education Policy 2020, which is aimed to transform the Indian education system to meet the needs of 21st century. With the launch of NEP 2020, a fresh lease of life is given to many stakeholders in education sector. It has opened a bunch of opportunities. Lot of thrust is given for autonomy of education institutions, multidisciplinary learning, flexibility of study, innovation and entrepreneurship in NEP 2020. Though NEP 2020 seeks to bring holistic change in the education system of India, its success depends upon how it is going to be implemented. This 60-page NEP 2020 document is a comprehensive vision document having several viewpoints. It can be viewed from different angles like from students, teachers, administrators and regulators' perspective. I'm happy that today ATME College of Engineering is organizing one-day FDP on new avenues and roles of faculties in effective implementation of NEP 2020 in higher education institutes. Through this FDP, an attempt is being made to analyze the NEP 2020 from teachers' perspective. I take this opportunity to congratulate the organizers for their effort. I hope this FDP will help you people to understand the NEP 2020 in a better way, how the education sector is going to transform in the next 10 years. What are the opportunities that are going to open up for you and the impact of the same on your career. I can assure you that in the next 10 years, teaching profession is going to be the one of the most sought after profession, both recognition wise as well as monetary wise. Only thing as a faculty you people must do is to identify the opportunity and encash the same. In conclusion, I would like to state that New Education Policy 2020 provides a silver lining to every one of you amid this uncertain situation the country is passing through. I once again congratulate the organizers for organizing this FDP for the benefit of our faculties and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was really a visionary words. Thank you so much. Moving forward with this event, I would like to thank everyone who joined for this inaugural event. Our Honorable Chairman, Shri L. Arun Kumar sir, who inaugurated this FDP, Dr. L. Basavaraj sir, the principal, who welcomed everyone, and the Dean Academics, Dean Student Affairs, Dean R&D, and HODs of various departments, in-house and outside participants, everyone, thank you so much. Now, let us start the key of this FDP, that is, words from the seniors and educated persons. Now we have our VC, Dr. Karisiddhappa sir, who is going to speak on a keynote. We have Sri Shayana R from EEE department, who is going to introduce our VC.
Warm greetings to all. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Karisiddhappa, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belagavi, a leading university in Asia and the only technical university in the state of Karnataka. Sir has completed his BE in Civil Engineering from University of Mysore, securing 7th rank in 1981, MTech in Structural Engineering from IIT Madras in 1986, and PhD from IIT Roorkee in 1994. Sir has 38 years of teaching, research, and administration experience. Sir has held several teaching and administrative positions, starting with the position of lecturer in Adityanchanagari Institute of Technology in 1982, served in Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan in various capacities for about 27 years. He has served as principal of Government Engineering College, Hassan from 2010 to 2016, and under his administration, the institution received several accolades. He has published more than 50 research papers in referred international and national journals in the area of concrete technology, finite elemental analysis, neural networks, structural stability. He has guided several candidates towards their PhD and MTech B students for their dissertation. He has carried out research projects sanctioned by AICT, KCST, and DRDO and completed various structural engineering consultancy projects. He has organized, attended, delivered lectures in various international and national conferences. He is a member of many professional bodies like Fellow Institution of Engineers, International Society for Soil Mechanics and Geotechnical Engineering, life member of Indian Society for Technical Education, and many more. Sir is also a member of Vision Group for Higher Education and Research in Karnataka, member of the Governing Council of Karnataka State Higher Education Council, and many more. He has served in VTU in various capacities. Under his leadership, VTU has achieved the NIRF ranking of 55, which is a significant achievement. Through his vision, Sir has taken VTU to new heights over the years with the introduction of digital evaluation system, establishment of VTU Skill Development Center, establishing Center of Excellence in Aerospace and Defense, Water Technology and Data Science Technique, introducing Faculty Enrichment Program, establishing HRD Center, and many more. Sir aims to create an exciting and supporting learning environment that transforms engineering students and inspires them to work for the development of society. We are very honored to have you amongst us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Srishana sir. Now we shall hear by Dr. Karisiddappa sir. Over to you, sir.
Namaste to one and all. Greetings from Vishwesvaraya Technological University. Sri L. Arun Kumar, the chairman of ATME College of Engineering, Sri K. Shivashankar, the secretary, Sri R. Viresh, the treasurer of ATME College of Engineering, the principal of this institution, Professor L. Basavaraju, Dr. Govinde Gowda, Dean Academics and the organizing chair of this program, conveners, coordinators, other members of the faculty, deans, HODs of ATME College of Engineering, faculty members from various institutions, and other invitees, ladies and gentlemen, and honorable speakers of this program. I am very happy to be part of this one-day national level FDP online, and also I am happy to note that the national level one-day online FDP is on very relevant field. New avenues and role of faculty in effective implementation of National Education Policy 2020 in higher education institutions. I am also happy that you have two wonderful resource persons, Professor T.V. Kattimani, the member of the draft committee on NEP, Professor Sudha Kamath, another member on the draft committee on NEP, who will be highlighting and also talking to you a little later. Friends, the National Education Policy 2020 is a transformational policy. The policy which will definitely open the doors of infinite knowledge our next generation should acquire. The objective or the very vision of higher education in our country is to have very responsive students or society which is knowledgeable and which has an opportunity to grow, and also they have a high quality technical education, having knowledge and skill set in at least two domains. That is the kind of vision this NEP 2020 has put before us. When you look at the challenges or the the drawbacks in our own higher education system, we find a lot of barriers, and also we find not well-connected system of higher education. We all work in isolation, and also we have a lot of impediments. We have less autonomy to the teachers and students. We have a very rigid system. We need to have a very flexible system, a choice-based credit system, what we call. It is somewhat rigid. Truly speaking, I think we are not following it properly. And also, we have specialized, universities in agriculture, in engineering, in medicine, in law, in arts and science or commerce, these kind of things. And the present day challenges of the generation aspires to have a knowledge which is fully empower them, not only to get a job, and also to become entrepreneurs or to live on their own, or in other words, sustainability, what we are all expected to do. Now, when you have that kind of a generation, and also we have newer technologies, and everyone in the professional education system talk about Industry 4.0, and also a door which will open to the students, which is basically going to be student-centric, and also which will give them equal opportunity to learn irrespective of their financial background, and also an opportunity to have knowledge of their own passion, which is missing. That is very key challenge we are facing in the higher education system. Now, when you want to have a policy, education policy, I think the policy should compulsorily give an education with ethics, and also to know each other and understand our roles properly, and create an environment or an ecosystem with equal opportunity, and also a knowledge which is up to date, and also we need to create a generation or graduates who are very confident, and also who can transform themselves so quickly to the newer developments in technology, or in other words, they adapt themselves for the challenges to solve the problems of society. Any education system need to have some certain compliances. The compliances not in the way we try to comply with, say that in terms of quantitative analytics we have achieved something like that. No, it has to be outcome based. It has to be in terms of measurable products, or it has to be in terms of welfare of each one of us. That is what is the compliance. So, with the barriers or the constraints what in our education system, the new education policy talks about multidisciplinary universities or colleges. As I said, we will have to have a college or a university system wherein all disciplines are available to the students. Students can take the courses of their choice and passion. to grow. And also another important factor or the key point which is being introduced is multiple entry, multiple exit. After acquiring certain level of knowledge and skill set, they go out of the system. If the students wish to go, once you go out of the system, they can go and they can come back as and when they are required to do certain additional grades or courses to achieve a degree or a diploma. So that means to say they can go with a certificate, they can come back, earn their diploma, or they can come back again, they can complete their undergraduate program or continue in the education system with postgraduate degree or PhD, etc., depending on their passion. So when you say this, we need to map our system. So we need to create a curriculum which will make them eligible in the society or in the organizations or in companies where they are expected to get their employment, or when they are expected to start their own entrepreneur or whatever job they try to do, they should have acquired that much knowledge and skill set. That is, in 1 year, if you are giving a certificate, you need to map with the aspirations of what I said. Then if you are giving a diploma, yes, you need to design a curriculum which will definitely give them so much of knowledge and skill set. When they go out, yes, they can have their own way of looking at the life or the employment opportunities, etc. So that is the challenge what we have in bringing or implementing the National Education Policy 2020. The other very interesting thing is we will have these grades bank so that they can have their credit bank, and that will be uniform. They can migrate from one college to other or one university to other and one education system to other education system and get their credits accumulated to become eligible for getting the degree. So therefore, we need to have a very clear-cut implementation plan to achieve this. Now coming back to higher education system, especially the engineering, yes, we need to have a quality assurance in each of our college. Hence, the college like ATV College of Engineering, Mysore, should move towards quality assurance indicators. So one of the primary requirement is go for accreditation, MBA or NAC accreditation, and try to improve your teaching learning process, and automatically you become an autonomous institution, then later on a degree giving institution. So for that, we need to have a team of teachers who are able to understand in the right spirit with no hesitation to go for an academic autonomous institution for the first or for the time being, then moving towards a degree awarding institutions. The university like VTU will have to move towards research-centric universities. The other, some of the colleges who are already one step ahead, they must move towards teaching-centric universities. This process of making the type 1, type 2, type 3 institution in this country will have some degree of apprehensions among you, but when you have clear-cut ideas, when you understand the implementation policy of the both central and state government, I have no hesitation that we will achieve within another 5 to 6 years. Now, when you say that you want to have a system which is very robust and which is very transparent, and also you are trying to inculcate the education as per the aspirations of the parents or the students, aspirations of the parents without understanding their own kids will be a very wrong step. But we need to work towards the aspirations and the passions of students. When they come to your fold, the teachers and parents should understand their passion, their choices, and their way of looking at things, and try to create a student community which is a thinking community, which is analytically strong community, who can think and aspire to become a strong student of learning throughout his or her life, and also achieve something special as a student of very curious and learning habitual. Unless you are curious, unless you have your analytical ability of highest quality, unless you improve your capabilities in terms of learning and in terms of mapping your own knowledge as outcomes, you become a weak student. So therefore, to create such group of students, teacher role is very, very important. The understanding them, as soon as they come to your fold, you must start analyzing them. You must have their data analytics with you. What are is or are choices in terms of courses, and how good in the design subject or analysis or in coding or in understanding certain courses related to electronics or computer science or civil or mechanical, etc. So that kind of a basic analysis is required. Instead of pushing them through some mechanism that you go to this branch, that branch, we need to allow them to understand and allow them to choose their branches of their own choice, so that they are passionate about their own choice and learn. The learning is a continuous process. It's never a stagnant one. So therefore, the teachers are also expected to learn newer technologies and create the young minds to acquire those kind of knowledge, and also adaptation in them so quickly, so that they become the world class of the students of global class of the world class. Now we are talking about local to global. We are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are talking about Industry 4.0. All these can be achieved only through a good education system in the country. Unless you worry about quality, unless you work towards achieving such kind of things in our universities and colleges, I think we will miserably fail. Therefore, my sincere request to all my teachers to work towards these kind of goals set by NEP 2020. You must understand your role or your one's strength and capabilities very well, and you are expected to adopt new technologies. You are expected to learn new pedagogies, which are very important. You need to have something like blended mode of teaching, both offline and online. Not all the courses online. Online education can never replace the classroom interventions. I'm pretty sure that you must go for blended mode, because the present generation is somewhat passionate about using the devices or the electronics gadgets to gain knowledge or learn something. So therefore, we can create a small space for them to do that. And when you want to become a very good teacher, you must always question yourself, why my students should come to my classroom? That is the important question. If you answer that, I think you are ready to implement the new National Education Policy 2020. Now friends, coming back to the challenges you have, are the elements of the new National Education Policy 2020. As I said, it is going to transform our education system, and definitely it will try to fill up the gaps whatever we had in the past, and also through our experiences we have learned many things, so that we can improve upon and fill those gaps and go with transformation to achieve the aspirations of NEP 2020. Now, regarding the teaching learning process and the curriculum design, it is always challenging, it is always interesting, and it is very important. So therefore, the teachers will play a very important role in designing the curriculum, delivering the curriculum, and assessment part. So that is one which is going to be, which is necessarily to be improved, the assessment part. So now from rote learning or memory-based learning, we are going towards critical thinking. We are trying to map the learning and assessment so closely based on the students' everyday achievement, every event achievement. So every hour is treated as an event. The hour you teach, it is treated as an event. So that event should end in terms of outcomes. And outcomes, when they learn, you need to measure them properly. So therefore, this becomes a good assessment. So formative assessment instead of summative, you must move towards that and assess them impartially. That is more important. So you may have many rules or guides set by the education or education system, but unless you measure them properly, assess them impartially, again you miserably fail. So therefore, the delivery, design, delivery, and assessment, the three components, which are going to be the very key components or very important part of our education system, will go a long way, and also they pose a lot of challenges, especially the teachers in professional institutions like ATNE College of Engineering are part of UTU. So therefore, teacher's role will be a very critical component in the implementation of NEP 2020. The other very important thing is, setting up a single body which will control the entire higher education system through its, mechanism. All these present bodies will become professionally standard-setting bodies. Otherwise, we'll have very straightforward control in the education system through higher education Council of India. So that's how the body, which is definitely very interesting aspect of NEP 2020, and the wonderful movement by this policy is going to be the establishment of National Research Foundation. So that will monitor our research in the entire nation, and it emphasizes on the collaborative research. The collaboration amongst the department in a university or in a college, and collaboration with university to university inside India, and also collaboration with university in India and abroad. So that is the kind of collaboration. And again, there will be a mapping, irrespective of grading the Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, depending on the specializations you have, the capabilities you have. Some institution, let's say, it is good in smart manufacturing. A college like yours may be good in AI. You can map with that kind of institution next door to you or from outside the country. That is good. And there will be model colleges or universities created, at least one in every district, and also there will be campuses of universities from abroad, very quality and high magnitude institutions, and that becomes a important challenge for all of us to compete with that kind of a standard setting universities in India. So definitely we need to work very sincerely. We need to work in team, and we need to work very hard and meticulously with a lot of enthusiasm, and try to implement as early as possible. So therefore, we need to have some goals set. So what is that we'll do for next 3 years? What is that we will be doing it for next 5 years? What is that we'll do it for next 15 years? The aspirations of NEP, to improve GER to 50% by 2035. So roughly now we have around 26%. So 26.3 as I think GER now. So we need to improve. We need to run the last mile very fast to achieve NEP 2020. So definitely a workshop like this or an interaction with your own colleagues like this, with other eminent personalities like Professor Tatti and others, will go a long way in your career. So you please take these words and hear to the experts and read the document. So every time you read, you find a new way of looking at NEP 2020. So it's such a wonderful preparation based on the extensive survey and extensive experiences of thousands of people has come in the form of a small book or a small booklet. So please read the document. Every time you, as I said, you read, you come with a new idea for implementation. And implementation is not just based on certain guidelines given by the state government or the central government. Implementation will happen only if we all participate. So unless you participate, unless you are part of the system, unless you try to discuss with your peer group and try to improve, you will set standards. You will set standards. So therefore, once again, I urge the administration or the management of this college to move towards quality assurance activities in your institution. All the colleges, like all the 220 colleges under WITU, definitely they have wonderful infrastructure and good group of teachers. So you have to enhance the teaching positions in your institutions. You must attract best professors from various states. You should have different professors from different state or country if possible, and also put your institution on a very high ranking in terms of NAC or NBA. So that makes your system a qualitatively a competitive system or a competitive college, so that you can achieve something special in the professional education system. And also you strengthen your science departments. Those colleges who have management courses or architecture courses or computer application courses, etc. We can strengthen physics, chemistry, mathematics department, economics departments, and blended mode of looking at things. And you can adapt yourself into a new system. So definitely WITU will handle you all. We are also very seriously thinking about the revision of curriculum and bring in a lot of changes in the course and delivery mechanism. And also we help the colleges to go for accreditation and accreditation, NBA or NAC, and also ISO, these kind of the qualifications. The other very important thing is you must have small startups in your institutions. You must have some small center of excellences created. And also, the next curriculum is going to give a lot of emphasis on internships. Probably, we are thinking of, going for an internship of at least one full semester for engineering graduates. So that makes them, a good, employable, or we want to put more emphasis on experiential learning. Unless we do that, and our laboratory work should enhance, especially the learning which happens in the laboratory should not be in the form of mere record. It must be in the form of knowledge. It must be in the form of extra knowledge gained by the students. So that you should measure and qualify them, that so and so is good in this. That is the kind of. And we are going to have, as I said, the minor and major component to suit the expectations of NEP, so that when the students graduate from our institutions, they will have knowledge in at least 2 domains, so that will be a good, useful tool for their employability or employment opportunities. So if they fail in one domain, they must be able to get job in the other domain. And also it is a changing one. So sure, we cannot teach all the technologies available so quickly, but we can definitely create graduates who can adapt quickly for any kind of challenges or any kind of newer technologies. So therefore, you will have to have basic, applied and transformation sciences. Like in research, we have basic research, we have applied research, and we have transformation research. So the research capabilities of undergraduate student and postgraduate student or the research scholars will improve only if you work on these kind of things. So facilitate with good laboratory facilities, facilitate with good center of excellences, and facilitate with small startups or innovation centers, and a lot of opportunities to integrate each institution with a nearby competitive industry. So I would suggest each college to have, or each program to have 1 or 2 industry partners in this. and industry partners also must find an education institution in their campus, as we expect them to find their own place in our education institutions. With that kind of a teamwork, definitely we all will be able to achieve the aspirations of NEP-20 more effectively and more, it will be more useful to the society. Any education which is going to have, which we are going to give, will go a long way in one's life. So any prosperity, any kind of achievements, or anything which can happen to a country like ours to become a super knowledge or a global knowledge country, I think our education system should improve, and that is the only answer. So with these few words, I once again wish all of you to read NEP 2020 and compulsorily, especially the teachers from each engineering college or a professional college to participate at least in 2 or 3 workshops like this or the faculty development program like this, so that your learning will definitely help the university to implement NEP 2020. And further, I hope you all understand your role properly to implement the National Education 2020. With these few words, I am very happy to share, with you all about a few, things which are happening in the university. That is your own university, Viswesvaraya Technological University. As I said, we are going to revamp our curriculum. We are trying to change the way in which the undergraduate programs are dealt with, postgraduate programs are dealt with, and also we have changed our procedure for registration of PhD students and grades, as well as almost everything is being done online. And the other important thing is you have started Center of Excellences, which are open to all of you, both students and faculty. So I wish each one of you to use this, and also the resources available are open 24/7 and they can be utilized by all the students and staff. The other important things which are going to happen in addition to the curriculum revision, etc., we will have to think about the new curriculum in some of the programs, and we need to discuss more so that the present technologies are taught in the engineering programs. For example, if somebody wants to go for mechanical engineering or automobile engineering, I think we need to teach more solar energy, electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, sensors, and AI, etc. And also, when you want to talk something, anything powerfully, you need to have data with you. You must have a database with you, or a data, collected over a period of time. So your own student data, till when they admit to your college or university, so let us profile them. Your teacher, let us profile them. So teachers also should work, and those kind of training programs which are made mandatory and all conducted at Mudanelli campus must be utilized by the students. The other important change or the achievement the university has started is in terms of full-time research scholars under this university. So these full-time scholars will be working with university professors only at Mysore, Mudanelli, Gulbarga and Belagavi, and 40 research scholars will be selected based on the ETR or GATE and also on personal interview, and all these students will be provided with university fellowship, 25,000 rupees per month for 3 years in addition to contingency grant every year. And every semester they are measured. Every semester there are goals set. So outcomes are set. So based on that only they will move forward. So that is one good initiative university is doing. And also recently we have notified the notification on research grant scheme 2021. So you are all eligible to get a good research grant based on the proposal. It will be completely scrutinized by very eminent personalities in the field, and based on that, each affiliated autonomous or constituent college will be able to get funding from VTU for research. Friends, that is one thing which is very important, especially the training the students, creating industry in your own campus, and also making them learn. It is not simply skill set you are talking about, the knowledge you are talking about, the more on life skills. So that is one thing which my teachers have to do. For that, university has initiated to start one cell, universal human value cell in each college, and we have a central cell at the Nagarbavi office. You can always take the help of the team of teachers available, and I'm sure that many of the teachers from UTU colleges have undergone UHV training, universal human values training conducted by ICT across the state. And I'm sure you have all become very proficient in that. And next revision will have definitely a 2-credit course on universal human values designed by ICT and approved by VTU, will be given to you. So these are some of the initiatives you can all work together towards becoming a very useful state in delivering technology and technical education. And I hope with the potentiality that the Karnataka state has and the colleges have, we can definitely become a good destination for higher education. With these few words, I wish you all the best. And once again, I thank the management, principal, and the program chair for calling me to share some of my thoughts and say a few things as Vice Chancellor of this prestigious university. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. ATMEC is very grateful for your words. Thank you very much. Moving further, we have 2 more sessions to hear, that is new avenues in NEP and roles of teachers in effective implementation of NEP. So before starting this technical session, we shall have a break and come back at 11:30. So dear participants, we shall come back at 11:30 and hear by Professor K.V. Kattimani on new avenues in NEP. Thank you so much. We are winding up keynote session now. We are going to start the new avenues in NEP, the next session at 11:30. Thank you.